Need a website? Go to Wix.com. Just add your phone.
Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Now let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming in tails, heads on the sides apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress did not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be so hard. I'm going back to the start.
Need a website? Go to Wix.com. Just drag and drop anything. Create your stunning website today. Go to Wix.com. It's easy and free.
expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. So she ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise, paradise. Every time she closed her eyes. When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catching her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly. Every tear a waterfall. In the night, the stormy night, she closed her eyes. In the night, the stormy night, away she flies. A dream of paradise, paradise, paradise. Oh, she dreamed of paradise, paradise, so lying underneath those stormy skies, she said, oh, I know the sun was set to rise. This could be paradise, paradise, could be paradise. Oh, this could be
Getting my game face on.
Are you nervous? Do you
No,
get
I'm
nervous
good.
speaking to parents?
No, not really. By the way, this is live on YouTube, so just remember that.
What's live on YouTube? Oh.
What's happening right now?
Oh.
I only smoke on Saturdays, so it doesn't even count.
It's a trap.
I'll quit when I graduate.
Tis indeed a trap.
I only smoke when I.
Oh, it's a trap. Slightly depressed, but excited.
I heard you
I'm
taking
actually.
micro, is that true?
Yeah. Me? Yeah.
I don't know the ring that you made it happen.
Oh. Actually.
easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling apart.
I only have a little bit of time, so I gotta make sure to use the time wisely. ¿Hablas inglés o no? ¿Sí? Poquito. Hi, this is Physics 2. Please check in over here and over there. Sign in. Let me just tell you something first. Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you. Sorry about that. Check in over here and sign in over there. With you, just like Physics is a very self-taught class. You kind of do the paperwork in the back of the room. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, they're kind of they're kind of their own teachers. You know, it's not. So what Physics 2 will talk. You know, so if you want. Yeah. So it's more of a Physics 2 thing.
I just came for the answer.
I know that. I know that. But I was doing a talk about Physics 2, so show up. All right. Cool. All right, guys. So I just want to get started. Well, let me make sure it's not open here. So I'm Mr. Lima. Nice to meet you guys. My name, my email, website, everything else that you can use to contact me is over there. The best way to contact me is by email, right? That's why I underlined it. I want to talk about my objectives for my students is to create better citizens, better thinkers, amazing students, and then if I can, make them good scientists, and then even please check in and sign in, please. Check in and sign in, make sure your parents do that. So that's my main objectives for them. But at the end of it, if I can make them good physicists, that would be nice too. But those things are more important for me to create better citizens, better thinkers. And physics is a great opportunity for that because it's a class. It's all about that. It's about thinking. This is physics honors. For the most part, it's basically a conceptual physics class.
You should now be in second period. You should now be in second period. Thank you.
So it's mostly a conceptual physics class. It's kind of like a preparatory class for a higher level physics class later. Or you can also look at it as like the pinnacle of high school science almost. There's nothing, it's like putting together math and science, so it's a very interesting class. But we do mostly conceptual physics. It's fun, it's a lot of fun. Now, my expectation of my students is that I expect them to be organized, dedicated, and motivated. If they can do that, the rest we achieve here together. And that's actually one of the things I put down here that you as parents can help with them the most. Keep them motivated when they feel like they're giving up. Help them stay organized, help them stay dedicated. If you can help me with that, that's the best thing you can do to help me out, all right? My method is a bit interesting. I do what's called a flip. Please sign in and check in, all right? There's two places. My method is called a flip blended mastery system. Instead of teaching them a lot of facts in class, I expect them to take notes and watch videos at home that kind of cover the facts. And then we come to school to use the facts. So instead of like just learning basic physics here and then sending them with homework to practice far away from me when I can't even see what they're doing and who's doing it, instead I have them do a lot of the simple stuff at home so that they can come to class and use the physics and actually do labs, activities, and discussions together. So it's more of a practical class and a thinking class than a class of sitting to me and listening to what I'm saying. So usually we learn it together kind of thing instead of, you know, the other way. Please check in and sign in. One is for points from class. The other one is for the school's purposes. Now, I'll talk about how kind of grading actually works here. Please check in and sign in. There's two places. All right. Now, I don't give a lot of points for homework or extra credit things they do at home or even just to study. That's the lowest priority points. The biggest grade they get is the tests. After that, it's like essays they write in class, and then after that, the labs and activities that we do in class. So the most of their grade will come from the tests and the work that we do in class together, right? But the way the grade actually works is by like a game. So I don't really got, when you look at the grade book, this is very important because you can get confused. When you look at the grade book, you don't have like an assignment and they will have an A or B or a C or an F for it, right? Instead, because in class, each person can kind of do a different kind of assignment. It's called differentiated instruction. When they come to class, they kind of they choose which type of assignment that I have available for them, they can do. And because of that, it doesn't make sense for me to put assignments because each student has a different one. So instead, what I have is that each student has to, in a certain amount of weeks, get a certain amount of points in the game. If they don't, you will see that they have an F for that week. What that means is that they didn't do what they're supposed to do that week. So it's like, Lima, why is she below the levels? Why is he below the levels? Send me an email and I'll let you know what you can do to help him out and stay back on track. But it's like a game. Instead of being punished for what they don't do, the focus of the class is getting points for whatever you do. And so it's like a video game in that sense. It's not so much, it's not about getting F's or C's or D's or A's. It's about doing as fast as you can, keeping up with the pace. Every week, you're supposed to do a certain amount of work. And if you do a certain amount of work, it proves to me that you learn some physics, you get that week's credit. If not, you're a week behind and you're gonna catch up the next week. It's kind of different. And I'm gonna send a document home that explains this, and I'm also gonna record a video about it for you guys. Just because I think that as parents, if you understand the way the class works, when they get lost, you can help them out. All right. So I'm gonna provide that for you guys. All right. I also have a syllabus online with all the due dates for all the year long, and I actually have a calendar on Google Calendar they can share on their phones that has all the due dates in it. So they usually know what's going to happen before they come to class, and even if they want to know what's going to happen 3 months from now, they can know what's going to happen. It's all planned out. That means that when they don't come to class, they already know what they're supposed to be doing. But my policy is this: if you know you're going to miss, send me an email ahead of time and tell me that you're not going to be here, because then I'll reply to you and say, this is what you do to make up for it. Just like if you're not going to go to work, right? You're going to miss a day of work. So you're supposed to tell your boss, I'm not going to be there the day before. And that's the responsible way to be an adult, and that's what I do. And also, lesson plans. If you do miss school, are posted online. It's on my website, so you can see what you missed. So there's a lot of ways that you can catch up. I also record when we have discussions. So if they didn't come to class in a discussion day, they can see what we did here together. And as far as the practice days, they have to come up on their own time and make up for that time that they missed on the practice day. All right? Or do something at home because they ahead of time sent me an email about it. Parents, please stay on top of the grade book. I know it looks weird because all you have is these levels instead of assignments. But what matters is that they're supposed to be on level. So if they're behind, you see that F from the level, it means they're behind the pace. So you're like, why are you behind pace? What are you not doing for Mr. Lima's class? Also, try to understand the class. When I send a document home, take a look at it. It's like a game. Understand how the game works so that you can tell them, oh, so you can do this, this, and this to go up. Come on, let's do this. Help them stay organized, dedicated, and motivated. If you do that, that will be great. As you can see over here, I literally teach 6 different types of classes. Right? I have physics honors, biology honors, AP biology, AP physics 1, AP physics 2, and AP physics with calculus. 2 different types of it. Because of that, I'm super hyper busy all the time. So the next thing that you as parents can do if you want, those volunteer hours that you're supposed to serve, if you want to help out, I'm always need help, right? And I'm always actually here 1 hour every single day after school for them to, it's kind of like a free time for them to come to catch up. It's my planning period. And I'm usually doing work, but they can come and use that time to do work if they need to as well. And then if I'm not busy, I will sit down with them and help them, right? They did that on purpose so that I can help students after school, my students after school. It's mostly for the college level classes, but you know, I have a planning period on the afternoon instead of in the morning. So I'm in a middle school schedule. So that means they can always come for help. I'm one of the teachers that asks the most out of the kids. I'm famous for that here in school. You know, I drive them really hard. Although physics honors is a little more fun, but still, I also give them a lot. The calendar. I have a YouTube channel with videos posted on them. I made a Google Drive full of resources for them to study physics. I collected a bunch of different resources for them. So I ask for a lot, but I also give them a lot. I give them my time, I give them my effort, I give them my spirit. And if you do the same and they do the same, we're gonna have a hell of a year. And physics is Physics is a very interesting and fun class. And so, forgot the slides. Interesting and fun class. And so they can open up their minds, think in ways that really very few high school classes allow them to do, you know? And so it's an opportunity to grow in a way that they're gonna have very few scholastic experiences in the high school level that can take them that far. So I'm very glad for them to be here. The last thing I want to talk about, Century 21st is an after-school care program that the school is having. The applications are in the office. There's all kinds of cool stuff if you haven't heard about this. Yes, free science tutoring, free math tutoring, free SAT tutoring. There's a study skills preparation, college preparation. There is dancing and music and intensive language learning programs and CrossFit-like training. All of it for free, right? So if they sign up, they have to commit to do 3 hours twice a week. There's no homework from these things. It's just an opportunity to be in an aftercare program for free. You know what I'm trying to say? So we're gonna talk about that. And that's it. I guess I finished before the time was called. But the last thing I wanted to say is, again, the thing that's worse for me the most is what they do in front of me. So the majority of their grades, their points they earn in the game are earned on the practice day, the day that we have fun doing different types of activities here, you know? And so, but they can't do well on that day if they're not doing their homework. And their homework is to study. That's it. I'm not gonna send worksheets or things like that at home. Instead, I do the kind of stuff here in front of me when I can double check that they're the ones doing it. I can give them feedback when they're doing it. So instead of them doing it at home, doing a worksheet, cheating from the internet or from a friend, having no idea if they're doing it right, they're doing it in front of me, I can give them feedback. You know what I'm saying? Instead, I'm getting out of the way the stupid stuff. These are the formulas. These are the definitions, right? So that stuff, I don't have to sit here and point like a monkey and say, that's F equals MA. That's, you know what I'm trying to say? So instead, I actually put all that basic stuff at home so that when we come to class, we can have discussions, activities, and a lot of fun. You're going to be hearing about the cool things we do in physics, I hope, right? And for that to happen, they need to do their homework. If they come to class unprepared, class is the opposite of that because no one knows what the basic stuff. So I have to go back and be like the monkey pointing at things, telling what they are. And so because I don't want to do that, if they come unprepared, they end up losing out on the activities and being on a table that they're doing recovery. They're doing what they didn't do at home. They're doing the homework over here. And that's very boring. Instead of having an active class, we're all participating and opening up our minds to solve physics problems and understanding the universe a little bit better. All right? I'm a very dedicated teacher. If you ever have a problem, please send me an email. It's the best way to contact me. I'll reply to you guys and let you know, guys, what's up. All right? Also, thank you for coming because you got points for this. Awesome. Thank you so much. Please let me shake your hand on the way out, guys. Thank you. What? Tell me who your kids are on the way out. Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, that's good. She's had a lot of students this year, so hopefully it's going to be great. Nice to meet you, Dan. Oh, Daniel Farrow. He's a good one, too.
I'm Daniel.
Already impressed. Already impressed today. Thank you so much.
Thank
All right.
I can sign in my
Oh,
phone.
thank you. Thank you so much.
I already did it in bio.
Hi, thank you.
Physics honors. Put my
It's a
name.
pleasure to
Last
have
name
you.
and first
All right? Thank you.
Wait, where?
Oh,
Ooh, I
thank you
messed
so
up
much.
already. Back?
No problem.
Right here? Stop it.
No, do it again. We'll get a class as well.
No, I'm not
She
paying
has
attention.
both.
I already failed,
Just
right?
physics 2 and C. So check in for both. When you come
Submit?
for you for physics C, it's like a self-taught class. They do it on their own. They're
I
kind
don't
of
know.
a teacher.
But
You know what I'm saying?
was it still on physics honors? Okay, whatever.
I am like their teacher, but not really. I'm just kind of facilitating. I give them the work and they do it on their own. Because she's actually sitting in the back of the room working independently while I have a physics C class going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Unfortunately, because we don't have my schedule, I can't fit
It's there, right?
my class. I have only 8 kids in the one unit class. So, but still, like, it's like a way to get a 3-6 plan. You know, the way she used to do it, she was like, science instead of physics. That's what she wants. All right. It's a great pleasure to have Judy. All right, just I want to say that she's awesome. Right? And she helps me so much. Like she makes my life easier. I love that. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See you later.
See you later. Podemos hablar después. ¿Y en español? Si quieres. Gracias, muchas gracias por aparecer. Después de todo esto, vamos aquí por más de 15 minutos. Si quieres, te digo tu español. Ok, si quieres. Ah, perfecto. Muchas gracias. Ah, sí, por igual, sí. Vale. Placer. Sí, a 4 también. All right, aquí está AP Biology, ¿no? All right. So please check in inside. Oh, wait. We're supposed to change period. You guys, everyone's here. Thank you so much. I think. Please come in, guys. Please come in. Just 1 minute until starting. I want to make sure that people get time to arrive.
Tell you I'm sorry.
They're running a little behind. 7 o'clock this time, right? So I'll wait to
find you.
Hello guys, please check in inside it. This is where you get points. That's just the school wants me to do that. Alright? This one is called the science.
Secrets and ask me your questions. Now let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming in tails, heads on the sides apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress did not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back
Please
and
check
haunt
in inside
me.
it. We'll start in 1 minute. You guys enjoy the scientists by Coldplay.
Running in circles, chasing tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part.
No one said it was easy. No one once said it was so hard, right? So remember that as the year goes by, because it's going to be true. Let me talk to you guys about AP Biology. Nice to meet you all. Please check in and sign in. Guys, please do me a favor. People that are coming in, please tell them to check in and sign in. Thank you so much. All right. This is AP Biology. It's a college level class. This is awesome because you actually get to meet a professor. That doesn't happen very often, right? I'm not a professor. I'm just a high school teacher. But how often do you get to meet the teacher that teaches a college level of your kid, right? And that's the advantage of being in AP Biology. You have that connection to the person who's teaching the college level material. That's rare, right? So it's cool. First of all, my contact information, please sign in and check in. I just started. You didn't miss anything. My contact information is right there on the board. Best way to contact me, by email, right? I usually reply, my email, I treat it like a to-do box. So if you send me an email, I'll get to or reply as fast as I can. I want to talk about my objectives for my students. I want to create better citizens. That's my priority. Then after that, better thinkers. After that, if I can make them awesome students, that's great. And honestly, AP Biology is not just about learning about life. It's about learning how to survive. Like seriously, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And because of that, you're also going to learn through this how to become a better student. Get ready for that college level rigor that you're going to have to go through. All right? Better scientists. That would be great if I could do that. And then, if they can learn some biology, that's great. All right? Now, we have a great track record in AP Biology. In the last 3 years, we approached 90% passing rate. All right? Always over 70% passing rate. And that is fantastic. The country's passing rate is something like close to 40. So we're doing really great. And that's because of the character of our students and the passion of the teacher and the facilities that we have. So this is a great class to be in. Make sure you remind them of that. When they go, oh my gosh, I want to give up. Right? Keep them alive. You know what I'm saying? Biology. All right. Anyways, it is a college level course where we're also preparing for an end of the year exam. And I do worry about the exam, but more importantly, I worry them about preparing them for life. Preparing them for life, right? So, my expectations, I expect all my students to be organized, dedicated, and motivated. If they do those three things, the rest I'll help them with. But that's something that they usually fail on. They give up. They don't get organized. They don't know how to stay doing what they need to do, and that's where they fail. And that's one of the most important things that you as parents can help me out. When they say, "Oh my gosh, your biology is too much," just give them a hug and be like, "It's gonna be all right. All right, it's gonna be all right." Also, don't let them go off of balance. An hour a day, every day is what they need. Don't let them do 3 hours. Why are you doing 3 hours today? Oh, because I didn't do anything for the last 3 weeks. That's not how you do it. A little bit every day. Teach them to be organized and dedicated. Help them be organized and dedicated. I'll tell you right now, though, less than an hour a day every day, you're not going to get that A. You do 30 minutes a day, you might get that C. I'm just being honest. On average, it's a hard class. Not because it's hard, but because it's a lot of work. I understand what I'm saying? About the work. It's a flipped blended mastery system. What does that mean? It's a game. We play a game in here. A game where it doesn't matter what you don't do. All I care about is what you did. You get points for everything you did, but you are supposed to gain a certain amount of points every week. When you don't learn those points, you go behind in the game. So you're behind the levels where you're supposed to be. So in this grade book, instead of seeing grades, you see the levels. If they have an F for a level, it means they're behind the pace. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not turning into things which are due. But the thing is that different people can choose different things to do, to learn, differentiate instruction. So it doesn't make sense for me to put the same assignment for everybody. That's why I do it that way. And the cool thing about the game is that if you can't get the points here, you get the points some other way. It's all about what you do. But there is one grade they're all going to face, which is that exam. Just like a college class, one big exam, right? So they all have to face the FRQs and the test. The test and the FRQs are the most heavily graded things. After that, the labs that we do over here. We do a lot of labs all the time. We're always doing labs, right? After that, there's the notes and the quizzes, but those are minor grades. The extra credit stuff that you won't actually have to do. But if they do it, it helps guarantee a good grade. Syllabus. I have a syllabus with everything planned for the entire year. A calendar has all the deadlines to the very last date of the year, where it says death by AP biology test. It says that on the calendar. All right? And then after that, it says resurrection. Welcome to your life. You have one again. It says that, all right, on the calendar. Now, I also have, if you miss a class, there's a lesson plan for that class posted online, so you can see what you missed. But the best thing to do if you're going to miss a class is to tell me ahead of time, like if you're going to a job. I'm not going to be there. You can't just be like, "Oh, boss, that's right, I haven't been there for a week, my bad." Your job is not there waiting for you, right? So the real life is you're going to miss, let me know ahead of time you're going to miss, send me an email, and I'll reply immediately telling you, this is what you do to make up for what you're going to miss. If it's a discussion day, it's going to be online, all right? So that you miss a day, you can see what happened, right? But if it's a practice day or we're doing a lab day, you're going to have to make up for it some other way, right? So make sure you excuse the absence and make up the work within 48 hours. Parents, stay involved. Watch the game. Make sure they're staying on pace. If they're behind pace, motivate, help them stay organized and dedicated. I will be sending soon a document home that explains the game for parents. So a little guide for parents for the game, so that you understand the class. Because then when they get confused, you can help them out. And also, I need help. So he's covering it up, but actually these are my periods. As I can see, I have Physics Honors, AP Biology, AP Physics 1, Biology Honors, AP Physics 2, then Biology Honors again. It's the only one I have repeated. And then sitting in these two classes, I have 2 AP Physics classes with calculus. So I teach 6 different types of classes. So when your kids are complaining that they have a really tough schedule, I understand. Understand? So I'm going to try to say is that we're going to learn together how to be hyper efficient, how to get through this. So when the kid thinks about giving up, tell him, go meet that guy, because somehow he does it. He knows how to be efficient. You got to do it too. Sometimes it's about giving up and just choosing what you can do, making sacrifices. You can't do everything. You can't be perfect on everything, right? You just got to maintain homeostasis somehow. You juggle it, right? Some biology thing. Anyways, I take more than anybody in this school. I pride myself in saying that. I'm known for driving them hard and asking a lot of them. But I also give more than a lot of other people do, all right? I have a YouTube channel with all my videos posted. I do this live for them. I have a Google Drive with so many resources that you almost get lost of what can I look at? Which is why I tell them this is the most important ones. But it's so much. There's videos, podcasts, animations, worksheets. It's so much help. all right? And I'm also here 1 hour after school every single day. I have a plenty period. They couldn't finish the lab in class, you can finish after school. Every day I'm here 1 hour every day after school. They did that on purpose because of all the college classes that I teach, they always run out of time to do the labs. And that's a way to make sure the kids have time every day. You know, I also do planning during that time, so I'm usually busy, but I can help them out and they have the room to work on things. I also have a variety of resources, including, you know, my time. I dedicate a lot of time to my kids. I believe in this profession. I want to do a good job and I want them to be better learners. Like I said, I want to make them better citizens. Finally, the Century 21st program, I just want to tell parents about this because I don't know if anybody else will. It's an after-school program that gives you a chance to be involved in things like dance, right? Art, intensive language learning, SAT prep, college prep, science tutoring, math tutoring, robotics, right? So there's different kinds of programs. Oh, free CrossFit training kind of like things. Not CrossFit, but CrossFit-like training, you know? So anyways, these are free for the students. Now, I know they have a tough schedules, and so do things after school, and they all have that homework to do. Might not be necessarily the best idea, but it's something to think about since it's free. When can you get free SAT prep, right? It's not always that you can have that chance. And that's something that's so defining for their future. So think about that. Finally, on your way out, look at some quotes that I have on the board. And if you have any questions or concern and you want to talk to me one-on-one, best thing to do is send me an email first. But today, after this, I will be here for about 30 minutes or so. You can come see me again if you want to talk to me on a one-on-one basis. All right, just 30 minutes. So by 8:30, 8:40, I'm out of here. All right. But if you want to, I'll be here. And it's so nice to see you all here. And they all got bonus points for you guys coming. So you know that's why you got here, right? All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me shake your hand all the way out. All right. Thank you so much for coming. All right. I'll make sure you guys make it time for next class. Please remember to give them a hug. All right. Sign in over here and check in over there. And check in over there. Sign in over here and there. There's two places to do it. Make sure I shake your hand before you leave. I have. But how can I close? If you want to talk to me after, I'll tell you what I do. Got it? Make sure you go. Okay. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you guys for coming. Have a great year. Go Bears! All right. That's what it is. He needs it. After you love this, God bless you. Good luck. Bye. See you later. Yeah, I know. I know, but she's working. I heard you want her. That's crazy. Cool. That's the touch. Now? Yeah. Sorry. Nice to meet you guys. Have a good one. I do. Pleasure meeting you. Then what's full? Yes, I do.
You go to AP Bio and then type in your student's name.
Where's the extra? Put it in the back. No, actually, I do have one. Here it is. Extra paper, please. There it is. I don't know yet. It's early. It's too early to know when anybody's in trouble and stuff like that. We're going to get easy stuff. Is that a kid? He's a good kid. He'll be all right. All right. As soon as there's a problem, you'll hear from me. Okay? No problem. Thank you. But be on top of it. Just check the grade book. If it's not going good, it's going to show up.
There, you're good.
All right? Thank you so much. You too. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys. All right. Remember to come. All right. Thank you so much. Hey, how's it going? Good. Nice to see you too. Good. It's always, remember, AP biology, homework. Gotta do it. And reading. So this time you can't be lazy. You gotta do it.
I have
You know?
both now online.
Yes,
One is
but you'll be right. You'll be all right.
Different room with, I go there, I see them watching me, I go the other one, I see watching.
But remember about efficiency too. You don't have to necessarily mind, Advanced life skills, composement, could be the trick too,
Yeah.
right? All right, man.
But he's catching up.
Yes, we'll be all right.
I didn't know about the other.
Did you miss that?
No, I was there, but like I didn't understand what to do
Yeah.
online.
No problem. Are you here for third now? Okay, so, oh, actually, it's fourth. Okay, please, come in. Please, come in. Later, man, see you later. Thank you, I tried.
Let me sign first.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You finish it?
That is important, right?
Okay, put period, period 3. Thank you so much. You got this doing at the same time? Yeah, it's actually very interesting to have them both in class.
I imagine.
It's very interesting. Hold on, you're doing on period 2, we're on this one. No problem. We're in between, right?
Yes, we're between.
Yeah, I got the
Astronomy.
astronomy.
Yeah, how cool.
So you know, I decided finally, I'm going to school like I said I would, and I'm doing.
Really?
That's what I'm
I
doing.
took one astronomy class in college.
That's what I'm doing. I have to take physics, classes, and then after I finish that, I'm going to do astronomy, and it's related to physics, so it kind of counts. You know what I'm trying to say?
It goes hand in glove.
Because it's the only thing. The other one, it's kind of like you can't do physics.
Because I see stuff from Melissa and come on.
There's no programs. There are not.
¿Cómo te pareció?
Part-time online,
Pero ese es de Oscar, ¿no?
Thank
Pero ese es de
Hi,
Oscar.
guys. Thank you.
Sí, ese es de Oscar.
Welcome.
Pero eres British?
You too. Good luck.
It's not
I
British.
do. Thank you. Hi, guys. All right, please check in and sign in. All right? Check in and sign in. This is for the school's purposes. This is for my purpose. This is for them to get points.
Oh, wait, so he has to sign in there too?
That's just the school wants me to get signatures for some reason. I don't know what that is. That's
Okay,
all.
so then.
It's actually this one, 4th period. Wait.
Mommy, no. It's not.
They said this 3rd period.
Yeah.
All right, let's. All right, make sure you check in and sign in. We'll see how many people are here today. There's one more minute before we start, so in the meantime, you guys can enjoy a little Coldplay. The song is called "The Scientist."
You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I'll set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Now let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming in tails, heads on the sides apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy.
All right, so we're actually on the clock already, so let's get started. Okay, this is AP Physics 1. Thank you so much for coming. My contact information is over there. You guys have all been parents of my students before, right? So you know how it feels like for them. You also know that at the end there's dividends, and they have been really great students, all of them. And so I'm so happy to have you guys. Hi, is this 4th period?
Liwano.
Oh, Leonardo. Oh, that's for 2nd period. This is 4th now. Leonardo, I have Leonardo for 2nd. This is 4th.
This fall.
Yeah. So go to 4th, and if you want to talk to me, come after. I'll be here for 30 minutes. All right? Because you missed my period. And this has nothing to do with this class. You know what I'm saying? So go to 4th, talk to them there, and then come back if you want afterwards.
Room 4?
No, 4th period. We're on the 4th period right now. So if you're Leonardo's parent, oh good, Gabriella, you're in the right place. But are you Gabriella? No. You're Leonardo. So Leonardo, go to 4th period. Whatever his 4th period is. You know what I'm trying to say?
You don't, they don't think it's
¿No tienes papel? Puedes entonces. Because I won't, you don't know who the fourth period is?
Lima, you are Mr. Lima.
Yes, please take a seat. We'll talk about it in a second. You can sit, but it has nothing to do with this class. I teach something different. So come back afterwards. In the office, they can help you out. You know, I could help you, but I'm in the middle of this. So I can't do it now, right? Because I can actually look up his schedule. You have a phone?
Yes.
Come here, take a picture. This is quick.
Thank you very much.
No problem. There is the-
Cuarto periodo, usted tiene que ir a esta, 122.
Pero no había nadie. No quiere decir que no quiero ir.
Ya no, entonces no, tiene que esperar ese tiempo perdido. Ahora le toca.
Ya fui.
Ya fui.
Come on, Ray, I don't think it's gonna work
Por
right
eso
now.
vine ahora aquí. Al lado.
Like there were no seats. And now AP Physics, oh my god.
I'm trying to freeze up memory so that it works better.
Pero yo estuve en
Sí,
porque
era el tercer periodo.
Oye, no te preocupes.
No, ya tiene
All right, it's loading up.
No,
Bear with me for a second. All right, while that thing loads, I'm gonna get started, and when you switch your screen, let me know. All right, here you go. All right, guys. So this is a college level physics class, and they have changed the curriculum for physics so to make the class actually very very conceptual. So it's not as mathematical as I, as a physics teacher, would like, but it's a change. It's a change that makes things very deeply conceptual understanding is what they expect. And that I have made a lot of changes from the way I taught the course last year, because last year I taught the standard math version of physics and we weren't very successful because that's not what the course was about. So I have to do what College Board wants for them to prepare for the test. So I want to say first of all that it goes against my better judgment to just do a physics class without math, right? So there is math in the background, but our focus is going to be the kind of deep conceptual understanding that they expect. So what they actually expect is to create these letters physics students that can create labs, understand labs, and do a lot of practical learning. For that purpose, we had to get a lot of the basic stuff done at home so that we can have a lot of time here to do practical learning, discussion-based learning, applying the things. So what we do a lot of, they are expected to come to class knowing basic facts. That's their homework. They have to read, they have to watch videos, they have to prepare for the topic, right? Then when you come to class, hold on a second, Lugo, did it say the rules? It does. Come back. You didn't get the picture of the room number, I thought so. Take it one more. Here, you need the actual room where it is, that's the room number right there. Right? So that's the period and that's the room numbers, at least for 3 of the teachers if you find them, okay? All right, so no problem. So that's what I meant by a blended flipped mastery system. They have to do the learning at home and some part of it, the basic part of it. So that I can take them over here way beyond that basic stuff to the applied deep conceptual understanding level that the College Board requires of them for the test. Now, like any college class, that requires a time commitment that they have to spend at home, right? If they don't spend a routine thing every day, they're cracking at it, it's hard to succeed, right? So make sure they stay dedicated, motivated, and organized. That's what you can do to help them the most, all right? Other than that, I will tell you that the most important part of their grade is the test. After that, we have FRQs that have it's like 3 response questions that we do all the time. And then we do a lot of labs and activities in class. That's the core of their grade. That's the required stuff. Then they have these other little grades, which I consider more like padding to the cake. And even if they do bad on that, if they do really good on the other stuff, they should be able to get a good grade. I'm not here to murder anybody's GPAs. In fact, I'm trying to help their GPAs. But at the same time, physics is hard, and if you don't put the work every single day, it's going to show up, you know? Some of them think they're super smart and they can get away with it without doing work, and it doesn't usually pay off. So make sure they stay on them, all right, for that. I just want to talk about my attendance policy really quick. I have a syllabus with all the due dates in it online and a calendar that have all the due dates. I can share with them. They can see it on their phones. It even says AP Physics test, and then it says now you have a life again right after the AP Physics test. I have, every time I have a lesson, the day after on my website, the lesson plans for that lesson are posted, so you can see what happened that day when you miss it. I also expected, because I am that organized, I expected of them to please, if you're gonna miss class, notify me ahead of time, send me a message, right? Let me know that you're not gonna be here, just like a job. I'm not gonna be making it, boss. You just cannot show up and expect, everything to be fine when you come back. So let me know if you're gonna miss ahead of time. Emergencies happen, but even if it is I'm sick, you can have someone send an email because what happens is that when I get the email, I reply back and say, this is what happened, this is what you missed. If it's a discussion day, starting this week, I'm recording the discussions so they can see what happened if they missed a day. Or they can actually watch it again if they got lost at some point during the discussion. If it's a practice day, they're expected to come in at their own time to kind of make up for it or do something at home that can make up for it. And I'll usually reply to the email telling them how they can do that. Parents, please stay on top of the grade book. The grades this year is a little bit different. We're doing what's called, it's like a game. The class is set up like a game. Because each student can pick a different type of assignment to earn the points in the labs. It doesn't make sense to put an assignment for everybody. I have a differentiated instruction. So each student chooses the lab they're going to do. I give them options. And so it kind of doesn't make sense to put an assignment because sometimes only one student will have that assignment. So to do that successfully, what I've done is I created a system that instead of getting a grade for each assignment they do, once they complete an X number of assignments, they collect enough points, they level up like a game. You know what I'm saying? So if you see there's an F for a level, it means that they're behind the pace they should be. They're not doing the work they should be doing. And that's all that matters really. So you're just like, okay, what are you doing? Why are you not doing the work you're supposed to be doing, right? It doesn't matter what the work is. It matters that they're not doing the work they're supposed to be doing. But the cool thing about it is that once they do the work, that levels up. So they get 100 on it. But by the time they level up that one, they might already be behind on the next one that was due. And so it's more about staying on pace than doing well. You follow what I'm trying to say? They have to do work. So, and it's more about getting points for what you do right than losing points for what you didn't do right. So it's not so about, oh my gosh, I got an F on that assignment. It's more about, I got an F on that assignment, so I only got a few points. If I had gotten an A, I would have gotten more points. Now I have to do more work because I only got a few points. You see how that means? That means grades don't hurt them, it only helps them. What hurts them is not getting enough grades. You follow what I'm trying to say? So it's a different way of thinking about it. It's kind of like you're working to improve your grade. And I teach 6 different types of classes. Just on the board there, you can look at them. And because of that, I am always super busy. It's a bit crazy, actually, right? And so because of that, there's even a class that has 2 classes in it. It's just, So to manage that, I have to be very efficient, but I also have to need a lot of help. I'm always in need of help. So, the volunteer hours that you're supposed to spend in school, if you ever wonder what can I do to help, I can use help. We can probably work something out where you can help us out. Speaking of which, physics is going to Busch Gardens on December, and I need people to be chaperones. So if you're interested in going for free to Busch Gardens, you don't have to hang out with them. You just go to be a chaperone. You know what I'm saying? I need a few parent chaperones. So stay on top of that. Be the first one, first curve if you're interested in going. All right? They're going to they have a program there called Physics Day. I will just finish with this. I asked for them, a lot of them, but I also give them a lot. The YouTube channel, the Google Drive, full of amazing resources, links to even more resources, and every day after school, I'm here for 1 hour, not for tutoring, but it's open lab time. So if you came and you didn't finish things in class, you can come to do the work you didn't finish in class, right? I'm usually doing planning stuff. I'm working, but they can come and do the labs they didn't finish in class if they are behind. You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm here every day from 2:30 to 3:30 for that, all right? They set that up on purpose because of all the college classes there. They're trying to make sure that kids that have that extra time to come in and do labs if they fall behind, all right? Thank you so much for coming. They do get bonus points for you guys coming. Make sure you checked in because that's how they get the bonus points. There's a little form over here. You check in, all right? Sign and check in. That's for the school. That's for me. Check in, please. No problem. Look. Right here. Go. Oh, you don't have the glasses. You don't see nothing. Gonzalez, right? Submit another response.
So how is Gabby doing?
She's always great. She's such a hard worker. I'm not. And if she knows, she says physics is easier than biology. So.
That's what she's telling me. She said studying before the class.
Yeah, I know.
So she have an idea.
She's doing all right. She gets it, which is good. I'm happy. But Gabby's like this. It doesn't come easy to her, but she makes up for it with a lot of hard work, and usually, last year she did great. She got an A in biology. That's not very few people can say she did that. So I'm sure she's gonna be all right again. You know. So for her, I think it's a lot more when it comes to the test. She has to practice a lot for the test because to get a higher grade. You know what I'm saying? But I was happy to have her, and I'm happy to have her again. And she's a really sweet and awesome kid.
Is it AP Physics?
We're about to start fifth period.
Okay, no, the period that you just finished.
This one.
It's one. Okay, this is Catherine.
Oh, Catherine. Yes.
So I can submit that.
Just like that. Physics one. His name down here.
Okay, so I'm done, right?
Yeah. It goes into a system that automatically gives him points, so I don't have to worry about.
It does it automatically.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you.
So your
I tried.
Your last time is 2:30 to 3:30?
Yeah. 2:30. I have middle school playing period, first period.
So they can come in and do the last
Anytime. If they make up. Yes. And she knows. She's actually behind one, so she's gonna come and do it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. No problem. All right. Let me show you the music.
Okay, thank you, nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to see you guys.
This was a period one.
It's period 5 now, guys. Period 5.
Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets, and ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming in tails, heads on the sides apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start.
Hello.
I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress, did not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing a
let's get started. Thank you for coming. This is Fit Biology Honors, okay? That's my email and contact information on the board. That email is the best way to contact me. If you ever need to talk to me, the best way to reach me is by that email, okay? Now, I'd like to start by saying what I want to help my students with. My primary goal for my students is making them better citizens. All right, if I can do that, I think I did my job as a teacher, as an educator. But I also want them to be better thinkers and hopefully also become better students. I'm known to be a very hard teacher, very tough, demanding teacher, but I also help them learn how to deal with that demanding thing and actually improve their study skills so they can deal with a high school, I call it a challenging high school after me. And that's kind of the idea. So amazing students. Then, if they can become better scientists, that's awesome. And then finally, if they can learn some biology, that's great. You know? But that's my goals for them. Now, this is Biology Honors, and it's not just an EOC preparation course, even though there's an end-of-year course examination. I'm not worried about that. For the last 5 years, we got passing rates above 80% among my students in general. Even when I had regular students in honors, 99% passing rate the last 2 years. I was always that one, you know. But I'm not worried about it. In fact, the baseline that they took, about 50% of the students in the honors classes in the baseline already passed. You got enough points to pass the EOC in the baseline. So we're not worried about the EOC. I'm worried about preparing them for college level learning, especially biology college level learning. So this is a pre-AP biology class, is how I treat it. All right? Now, my goal for students, what I expect out of students, is to be organized, dedicated, and motivated. But a lot of them don't know how to be organized, lacking motivation sometimes, and lack of dedication sometimes, and that's where they fail, usually. Because if they come with that, the rest will help them with. Even if they come with below grade level reading or understanding of science, I can get them there if they have those three things. That's where they fail, so you can help them with that. It's here, the parent. Please help them stay organized, dedicated, and motivated, especially the motivated. There'll be days they'll be like, oh my gosh, there's so much work. Just give them a hug and be like, it's going to be okay. All right, and then help them out. My method is interesting. It's different from what a lot of teachers do. I have what's called a flip method and a mastery system. So what does that mean? A flip method means that they do a lot of the learning basics at home. Instead of sitting here up here pointing at things, being like, that's a food web, that's a food pyramid, that's a producer, that's a consumer, that's what. I don't want us to hear like a monkey and give them definitions. The book does that. Videos can do that, right? So they're expected to take notes, watch videos, use the resources that I have for them online, and learn the basics. And then we come to class not to do that, right? We come to class to use biology, to actually talk about biology, to discuss biology together, and then do activities and labs on biology together. So class time is practicing biology instead of talking about biology and listening to me talk about biology. And it's more student-centered because they are doing the work. So instead of them doing the work at home, when I have given them worksheets where I have no control over if they cheated or somebody else did it for them, or if they even forget to do it, by having the workload being done in front of me, I can double check that they're doing it right, I can be there to support them, and I can be there to make sure it's not being cheated. I prefer it this way. The mastery thing is because its class is like a game. So instead of getting points, getting grades for, oh, you got 10 out of 20. It's not like that. It's more like, you got 10 points, great. Could have gotten 20, you didn't. Do something else to get those 20 points, those 10 points. It's more about what you got than about what you didn't get. So it's like a video game. You have to earn these points. When you earn enough points, you level up. So in the grade book, instead of assignments, you have these levels. What that means is that if they are not doing enough, they don't level up. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if it's grades or levels. What matters is that if they're not getting the levels they're getting, they're behind. But if they're behind a level and eventually they catch up, they get an A on that level. But if by the time they get an A on that level, we already need another one, they're still behind. So the key is staying on pace, more so than getting A's on everything, right? And doing enough work that you gain those points, like a video game kind of, so to speak. But in gaining points, the things which are worth the most are tests and essays that we write in class, and the projects and activities that we do will be doing in front of me. Quizzes, notes, the homework, things which are done far away from me are not going to be worth as much. All right? Attendance. I actually have a syllabus that tells you all the topics in the order they're going to be, how many days they're going to spend on it. And I also have a calendar, a Google Calendar, which can be synced to their phone. I sent them an invitation with all the deadlines to the very last day of the year. So they actually know everything that's going to happen already in the course. So there's no excuse to come to class and say, I didn't know what this was due, right? Not only that, after class happens, I post a lesson plan for what happened that day. So if they missed the day, they can see what happens. If it was a discussion day, it's broadcasted to YouTube so they can see what they missed out on the discussion day. Although they can't participate, obviously, because it's after the fact, but they can do that. And also, because of that, because I act professionally that way, I expect professionalism from them as well. You're not going to show up one day to work, not show up again one day to work, and then 2 weeks later be to your boss, oh, I'm sorry about that day, right? What do you have to do? You have to tell your boss you're going to be there ahead of time. So likewise, I expect that if I'm going to miss school, send me an email ahead of time and say I'm not going to be there. Because then I can email you back and tell you this is what you do to make up for it, right? So unless it's like a life and death emergency that I couldn't send an email or ask someone to send it for me, I expect that email to come before your class time happens. And then our email will reply to you. Parents, stay involved. Watch the grade book. He's 5 levels behind. What does that mean? It means that he's not doing the work he needs to be doing. He's failing quizzes. He's not turning in notes. She's not doing the assignments he's supposed to be doing. What assignments? That's the thing. Every student does something different to earn points because it's differentiating instruction. I might choose to do the lab. He might choose to do the worksheets. That's why I don't have assignments in the grade book, because everybody does something different. So it doesn't make sense for me to create an assignment for one student. And everybody else, what, gets access? It gets too complicated, too busy. So this way, it makes more sense for a class that's this kind of fun and different. So what matters, though, is if you see them behind the levels, it means they're falling behind. Send them an email. What's going on, Mr. Lima? What does that you need to do to get back on track? All right? It also helps if you understand the game. So I'm going to send a document home soon with instructions on how this game works. If you understand the game, you can help them beat the game, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And also remember to help them stay organized and motivated, stuff like that. I also teach 6 different types of classes. 3 college level classes, 2 classes that happen at the same time as 2 other classes, and then 2 honors level classes. And because of that, I'm super busy. So you know those volunteer hours you have to do? If you ever need to know or want to volunteer, I always need help. So you can come and volunteer here. It would be great. I ask a lot more than most teachers at the 9th grade level or / 10th grade level, right? I'm known to be a very demanding, hard teacher, but I also give a lot more than most teachers. I have a YouTube channel where all my videos are recorded. I record a classroom. I have a Google Drive full of resources. There's podcasts, worksheets, virtual textbook. There's notes, PowerPoint presentations, virtual labs, quizzes. There's no excuse for them to be, there's something there that will help them learn, you know? So there's so much resources. And I'm also available every day, 1 hour after school, for them. If they are falling behind, they can come here to the work during that time. So every day from 2:30 to 3:30, I have plenty of period here. Now I'm usually busy, right? But at least they can come and do extra work to catch up if they're falling behind, right? So, and the last thing I want to talk about is the Century 21 thing. And you guys leave. Have you guys heard about Century 21 already, or no? Nobody told you about it. This is an after-school program where they can actually get access to free classes such as college prep, SAT prep, science tutoring, math tutoring, art, language arts, robotics, CrossFit, all for free. If you think it's interesting, it's after school, it's aftercare, basically. Free aftercare, right? With all kinds of these interesting things. Intensive language learning, all of this. Just ask about it in the office and see if you want to do it, all right? So it's applications are in the office. All right, I'll be here 20 to 30 minutes after if you want to talk to me and say hello one-on-one basis. If not, I hope I'll see you guys around. We have lots of activities this year. Hope you guys make up to one of them. All right? This is a 10th year anniversary of Metal Lakes. Stay involved in the activities. I'm also Brazilian, yes. Thank you. Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, you like UFC? Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Nice to meet you, man. See you around. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Nice to meet you. And you. Always. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
See you later.
See you later.
Like this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you hanging there. My bad.
I was on a cliffhanger and why? What was the cliffhanger?
See you later, guys. Hi. Please.
Nice to meet you.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. Please come in. Guys, so this is for them to get points in class. You just gotta check in on a little form and they automatically get points. That's the school wanting me to get signatures. So that's for the school. But this is for me so they can be awarded the bonus for you guys to come. All right. So
Okay.
just unlock the thing and complete the form. All right. Please do so. Check in and sign in. Just do what the form says. All right. Check in and sign in. I'm gonna wait a few minutes because there might be some stragglers. In the meantime, you can get into some Coldplay. This is The Scientist.
You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Now let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming in tails, heads on the sides apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress did not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. No.
You should now be in sixth period.
Hello, guys.
Be in sixth period.
So
Thank you.
you've had some of them have been my students many times. So you've already know how what it feels for them to be my students. So I'm going to give you the usual spiel, right? I'm just going to tell you more a little about actually Physics 2. Last year, Physics 1 was a very challenging course. It actually caught me by surprise. Oh my gosh, the camera fell. Sorry, parents. I didn't mean to be sideways. Huh? Yeah, this is actually on YouTube right now, so that if people who aren't here can see what happened. All right. Okay, we're good. All right. So what I was saying is that Physics 2 is Physics 1 ended up being the test ended up being very different from what I expected. And even though I had gone to training to prepare for it, they did a change in the course and they revamped it like the whole thing. And I thought the class very mathematical, with a lot of mathematical problems, the way physics is taught. But instead, the test was very deep conceptual understanding, very little math, so to speak, and it caught us all by surprise. It's not that they didn't learn physics; it's more that the physics, the way they asked the questions, was not something they were used to, and it caught a lot of them by surprise. And so we did the best we could. But to take a college level class in high school, it's more than just about passing the test and getting college credit. It's about being involved in a rigorous curriculum and something that's going to challenge their mind and have an opportunity to expand and learn more than they would in another opportunity. Very few places in Metal Lakes can give them this is still 6.
Yeah, no.
All right, it's fine. Are you ready for 5th or 7th?
Now it's 8 here.
All right, fine. Well, I'm going to start 7th later, But so what I'm saying is that very few learning opportunities are going to be as special as Physics 2 is. And so I'm very proud of them for having taken the course in the first place. It's very amazing that they decided to stick with it for another year, even if they didn't do a great on the test. Some of them did though. Some of them are actually really good in the test. We got 5s and 4s, you know, but some of them didn't do so hot. But I told them, like, some of them were like, okay, so what happens now? You know, I didn't pass the first one. I'm not going to get credit if I pass the second one. And I told them, maybe we don't know what's going to happen. It's up to college to decide, but it's not the point. The point is that you're here in a class that's going to challenge your mind. So on a typical Physics 2 class, they're doing labs, they're doing activities, they're developing their own experiments, they're solving problems together, we're discussing physics. It's such an amazing, phenomenal experience that I never had when I was in high school. So I can see what College Board was thinking. Unlike last year though, I way better prepared this time, and I designed a course that's more like the real test this time. And so this time I'm preparing them for something that's more commensurate with what the test is expecting. I'm expecting for them to be more ready for the test. Less math goes against my better judgment, because when they go to college, they're going to do C math. But some of them just chose to take Physics C at the same time, which is the math version of it, right? Again, such an amazing thing to do, right? And those that are doing that are giving themselves both things. They're giving themselves the opportunity to look at the math and look at the conceptual, deep understanding of physics. So regardless of what happens at the end, we are having a lot of fun doing labs, creating activities, solving problems together. And that's exactly what that class is all about. What I ask of you guys is something that I felt was lacking on them. These are kids which are all taking multiple APs. A lot of them are seniors, and they're worried about college applications, and they have other things in their mind, all right? But they're also in college already in a lot of these classes. And so they have to learn to act like college students and not slack. And by that I mean, they can't just show up to class and do just the class and expect. That's actually the opposite in college. Sometimes class is pointless in college. Some kids even skip it because they feel like the class is not doing anything. It's what they do on their own that really teaches them. Which is again why I want to make the class not be pointless. Instead of sitting here, they're listening to me, we're doing activities a lot. We're doing discussions a lot. So they can learn a lot from it. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, that means that they have to do a lot of the reading, a lot of the studying, a lot of the practice at home. And if they don't do it, it's going to be the same thing again. Not going to be ready at the end. They have to seriously do their homework. And their homework is to study. Hardcore. 30 to 40 minutes every day. Now, asking that of a senior with college things in his book, with a lot of multiple classes, it's a lot to ask, and I understand that. But if they don't do it as a routine basis, they're not going to be able to succeed in the long run. It's going to show up on the test. This year, the tests are tough, like the test is tough. So if they don't prepare at home and do what they're supposed to, they're not going to be ready. One cool thing this year that's different is that even though they set up this very crazy schedule with 6 different types of classes that I'm teaching this year, all right? So when they say, oh my God, I have an overwhelming schedule, I understand where you're coming from. I also have an hour a day every single day after school as a planning period. Now, I'm usually using that to plan, like to actually do my work. But they can come in and do catch-up work that they did, like a lab that they didn't have time to finish. So that's something that is, think of it as free lab time every day that they can do if they fell behind, right? So that's an opportunity that they have because of the way that schedule is set up for them, you know? And so that's a really cool way for them to do that. So the last thing I want to say is that try to help them stay dedicated, motivated, and stay organized and keep up with the work. And this year, the grades are like a game. So instead of getting grades for an assignment, because everybody chooses different labs, it doesn't make sense for me to put a lab in the grade book because everybody does a different one. And so the way I did it is that it's instead of showing up a specific assignment, you have these levels, right? And so if they do enough points, they level up like a video game. And so if they don't get enough points, it means that they're not doing enough work. And that's either because they're slacking up on class time or they didn't come prepared for class time. And so they didn't have a plan for their lab. They just came in like, oh, what am I going to do today? And if they do that, they were instructed on how to come prepared. So if they waste the class time, they fall behind the levels. And then you see their grades with Fs. Now, the way it works is that as soon as they complete the level, they level up. So they don't have that F permanently. The F can become an A. You see what I'm saying? So their grade is more about being on pace than about doing well. Are you following what I'm trying to say? So that means, for example, let's say I have 5 levels required right now, and I only have 4 of them completed. That's still an A, because it's 450 out of 500, so it shows up on the grade book. But the moment I start falling 2, 3, 4 levels behind, that means I'm not doing enough work, right? And that's when it actually hurts their grade, you know? They're seniors, their GPA matters. I'm not out to destroy anybody's grade, you know, but at the same time, you know, they're gonna get C's at the very least. That's for sure, you know? But to get that B, to get that A, they gotta stay on top of the work and they gotta literally do the work that they're supposed to do. So I just wanna finish with saying that every day that I have these kids, they impress me. They make me smile. And it's for them that I come to school every day, I think.
Ah, that is wonderful.
You know, I'm serious because, I mean, I come for everybody, to be honest, but this particular group inspires me, the Physics 2 group. And every time it's something different. You know, Brian has amazing questions, you know, and Therese is always so helpful, you know, it's always something different. Every single one of you guys, you know, I was just telling her about, you know, your kid. Every single one of you guys has become, for me, like, I'm so passionate about this group. And I hope that they can become equally passionate and put effort into it so that we can have such a special time this year, is what I want. You know what I'm saying? And so please help them stay motivated so they can be on top of that and we can have a hell of a Physics 2 year. Regardless of what happens at the end, we're going to have a great experience. Is that what I want from them? All right? Awesome, guys. I know they're seniors and they're out the door, a lot of them, but some of them are juniors, some of them, you know, so Central 21st is an after-school program that's free. And it's providing them with things like free college prep classes, SAT prep, science tutoring, robotics, engineering, painting, intensive learning, language learning programs, CrossFit-like training, dancing, classes after school for free. You know? So think of it as a free aftercare program. Applications are available at the office if you think it would be a cool thing for your kid to do. I know some of them have too much on their boat already. But if you talk to someone that wants to do that, think about that. And remember that, yes, I ask a lot of them, but I also give them a lot of resources. And you know, so remember that when they get overwhelmed, when they're freaking out, just give them a hug and say it's going to be okay. And keep working. This particular group, Physics 2, has already been through it for 4, 5, 6 times, some of them, right? There's some of them that see me 4 times, so they know it's like, you know? So I'm very proud of you guys. Thank you so much for putting these children in the world and giving them the effort to be where they are. This is different from my other open houses. For you, for this one, I wish I could just like thank you guys for making these kids. All right, because they're really great.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a great day, and also let's have an awesome year. All right, it's the 10th anniversary of Mountain Lakes, by the way. It's a lot of fun activities. Show up, get involved. Let's have some fun this year. All right. If you have biology and you were here early, this is a completely different spiel. I would love for you to stay and hear that. All right. Right.
Thank you.
Okay. See you guys later.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. So, right. But he has biology. Right? You have physics 2. One. And he also has, right? So, it's a really early thing, but it's okay. After school, I'm gonna here for 20 minutes, and I just give in 5 minutes a little picture of what you can come back and talk about this. But some of the things are the same. It's a game, you know. You have to go out, you know. So, but thank you so much for coming. Did you check in? Okay. No. Right? Please check in, Mr. Lugo. Can you check in on second period? Did you already write your name? Make sure you do that, and also check in over here. All right? You can help her do it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Wait, how do
All right. Now it starts to 7th period.
how do we?
Now I know you guys. Gary has me for 7th as well, and he has me for 7th. But let me tell you about he has me for 7th as well. You guys can go if you want. I'm just gonna tell you, this class is not. I'm not really their teacher. I'm more like a facilitator.
That is the
Right.
environmental.
Well, actually, he wants to be environmental, but it's AP physics right now. To a certain, right? In his case, it's right? He wants to become environmental, but we're working on that, right? But either way, the way it works is that I give them a curriculum, I give them pace, I give them the roadblocks, you know, so they have to do it. So I give them a step-by-step task. I set up a course for them, but they're the ones walking through the course on their own. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's a completely individual learning thing. The goal there is different. It's not about passing the AP test. It could be awesome if you did. It's more about getting more involved in physics and experiencing it and making sure you can get the most out of it. That class is about not falling behind also, because it's completely, their brain is about the pace. So if they're not doing the packets on time, not doing the FRQs on time, and not doing the tests on time, they get their brain back, you know? because it's independent learning, but they still gotta turn stuff in, otherwise I can't give them a grade. So if they're not keeping up with the pace, that's when the grade goes down. So for that, just make sure they're like, okay, you're not using it as a study hall, like sometimes they come, they have cocktail homework, so they'll do cocktail homework instead, and I'm fine with that. But if they fall behind in this work, then they gotta make up for it somewhere else. And they can't just come here and always do calculus homework. They have to be able to stay on top of the physics homework. You know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna be that terrible or like it's not like physics two that you have to do a lot of work. It's a little unique. You know what I'm saying? That's something with the office and different story.
He's falling behind because of that class not able to.
It's because he's expecting environmental to occur.
Okay, what
And because of that, he's not working in the physics stuff.
Okay, so what happens is that the office don't decide he's behind.
Yeah, well, that's the decision he made, right? But I'll work with it, right? Or we'll make some kind of deal. But last I heard, he said yes. So, I don't know what we get.
Well, he told me that he asked you to give him an advice about environmental, and he said, great idea. Because the first time I said, what you asked me, I said, oh, I talked to him, and he must say, great idea.
But I think it's a good idea, but it's not up to me. It's the office thing, you know? So I have nothing to do with it. So.
Okay, so we can go then.
Yep. But he should, last I heard, it's gonna happen, but it's not something that I'm involved in.
No.
I have nothing to do with that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Right, so,
I understand.
okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Nice to see you guys. Have a great year, okay?
Tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you. Tell you I need you. Tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Now let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming in tails, heads on the sides apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start.
Coldplay, one of my favorite songs. All right, so this is biology honors. My contact information can be found in the top right-hand corner of the blackboard over there. My email, jefflima.mla@gmail.com, is the best way to contact me. I treat my mailbox like a to-do list, so if you email me, I'll get to it eventually, and get it done. Especially to contact me. I want to start by saying that my goals for my students are actually, my primary goal is to make them better citizens. That's for me more important than anything else. Then if I can make them better thinkers, right? Even better, And then I also am known as a tough teacher that drives them hard. And the goal there is to teach them the skills they need to survive high school and college level classes eventually. And so it's to prepare them to be amazing students. If I can meet those goals, then maybe I can make them better scientists. And then finally, maybe they'll learn some biology that they'll go with there for the rest of their lives. But honestly, a lot of us forget the things we learned in biology in high school. But if I can help them be better citizens, that can stay with them forever. Now, it sounds weird for a biology teacher to say that, but that's more important for me maybe than teaching them biology, right? But I want to teach them biology, don't worry about it. Especially, there's an end-of-the-year assessment course. They have to take this test from the state. Actually, every course is a test this year, but this one comes from the state, not the district. And how 30% of their final grade depends on this exam. So it's a big deal. But I'm not worried about it. The last 5 years, we got over 80% passing rate here at Meadow Lakes among my students. And among the honor students, it was 99% passing rate for the last 3 years that I taught biology. There's always that one, right? But so far, it's been really good. And actually, in the baseline test that they took, about half of them got enough points to pass the UC already if that was the UC. So as you can see, I'm not really worried about passing the UC. I'm worried about destroying it. I want to crush it. But honestly, it's not a problem. I'm worried about preparing them for college level bio, and preparing them for a future of rigorous courses, and just expand their mind and get them interested in science. The UC is a side effect of that. You know what I'm saying? And now, my expectations for them, what I want my kids to come in doing, I want them to be organized, dedicated, and motivated. The truth is, not a lot of people, sometimes they don't have those skills. So I usually help them be organized. I teach them how. I teach them how to be dedicated, and I even try to motivate them. I'll talk about one of the ways I try to do that in a second. But if they come with those three things, the rest I do it together. Even if they come below level reading, below level science, we can do it as long as they have those three things, the three pillars of a good student, which as parents, you can help them have. When they're freaking out, when they have too much to do, sometimes it's just that hug. It's going to be all right that they need. Like, seriously, they're going to need it. Trust me. It's like when you learn about biology, you're going to have to give up a little bit of your life to learn about life. And just feel like that. This is the hardest course for the 9th grade and 10th grade. It's very challenging. So remember that. Now, my method is interesting because I don't like standing up here and being like, this is a food web, that's a food chain, that's a producer, that's a consumer. I don't like teaching with facts because I really think that a computer or a book or a video can do that. They don't need me to learn facts. They can Google that, right? I want them to go beyond facts. I want them to analyze the facts, use the facts, discuss the facts, and do activities with the facts. So I like to do labs in class. I like to have discussions in class. I like to do biology instead of talking about biology. Are you with me what I'm trying to say? Yep. So then, for that, they need to have the facts before they come in. So I expect their homework is not to do lab, worksheets, none of that. Their homework is to study basic facts. So when they come to class, they already know what producers are. They already know what consumers are. They know the basics. I don't want to be here like a monkey pointing at things and calling them names. I want to actually teach them to go beyond that and use those facts. So instead of a lecture, we have a discussion where they're part of it. Instead of an in-the-work worksheet. Now, when it comes to practice, I'll talk about that in a second, everybody gets to pick their own. Because everybody, maybe for you, worksheets help, but for him, he likes to color. For him, he likes a lab. For him, he likes to move around. The other one likes music. And so I have differentiated instruction. The kids kind of choose from a selection of activities that they can do to earn points for practice on practice day. So on the one day, we have discussion and review of the topic, not a lecture. They already came with the basic facts. It's a discussion. We talk about why biology matters and stuff like that. And the other day is a practice day. On the practice day, we do activities, but each one of them chooses what they do. Because of that, the grade book doesn't have grades like chapter 1, activity, whatever. Instead, it has these levels things. And that's where the mastery part of this comes in. The flip part is because the whole learning basics at home, coming to school to do practice instead of assigning homework practice and doing the basic learning in school. I don't like homework practice because I can't see who did it, who it was copied from, if they even do it, right? When they do practice in front of me, I can give them feedback, they can work together, I can be there to assist them with it. It's so much better. So I don't like giving worksheets for them to do at home. I like them to do that kind of stuff in front of me. So now, the way I do it, the mastery part is that it's like a video game. So it's not so much about the points you didn't get. Oh, I got a 70 out of 100. No, it's about, wow, I got 70 points. If I didn't get the other 30, I got to do something else to make up for it. It's kind of like that. So it's about the points you gather, the things you've learned, more so than the things you didn't learn. I don't care about what you don't know. I care about what you can do. You know what I'm saying? So about that, it's like you have to get a certain amount of points every topic. If you don't get it, however you did it, you fall behind the point requirement. And then you have a level missing. But as soon as you reach that level, you got 100 on it. But then by then, you're supposed to be another level ahead. So you see how that works? So as long as you catch up, you're fine. So the idea is not so much about how well you do, it's more about making sure you keep up with how much you're supposed to do. You follow what I'm trying to say? As long as you keep working on it and showing me that you're trying to learn, eventually you're going to catch up and you're going to level up and you're going to be fine. In that mentality, the thing that's worth the most is the tests. And then after that, the creative projects and activities that we do in class. The quiz and the notes are just reading checks to make sure you're doing your homework, and they're worth less. Because it's the work you do in front of me that I really care about. Attendance policy. I have a syllabus with all the topics in order that's going to happen for the entire year. And I also have a Google Calendar with the entire year already laid out on it with all the deadlines. Now, things could happen. All I have to do is adapt the calendar. But because of that, I'll have one more minute, guys. Sorry.
Parents, thank you for being part of our high school open house. Have a wonderful night.
So the Google Calendar is a way, they already have all the deadlines. So there's no excuse to, oh, I didn't know this was due. Because I give it to them on the first day of school, they have a whole year planned out already. Because I'm showing that kind of professionalism for them, I expect something back. Oh, by the way, the lesson plans, after I do something in class, I post a lesson plan on the website of what we did. So if you miss class, you can do that. And there's always a video recording, because if it's a discussion day, you don't miss out on anything. But of course, you have to be here, you have to participate, right? But if you didn't come, you can see what we talked about. Last but not least, so if you didn't come, I expect you just like a job. You can't just not show up for 2 weeks and be like, oh, boss, I'm sorry. I'm back now, right? What do? You're supposed to tell me ahead of time. I'm not going to be there. If you do that, I'll email you back and say, this is what you need to make up for it. That means ahead of time, you already know what you're supposed to do. That's the expectation that I have. Just like a real job, right? Now, if you miss, I got in a car accident, that happens. But if I'm sick, I woke up in the morning, I'm not going to go to school, someone send me an email. I'll let you know ahead of time. Because that way I already know that kid's not going to be here today. I'll send him an email and tell him, this is what you missed. By the way, it's live online. If you can't come, and you can watch it later. All right? Parents, please help us stay dedicated and motivated. All right? Try to understand the way the game works. I'm going to send a document home about this very soon. Because if you understand the game, you can help them beat the game. You know what I'm saying? And also, I need help. I teach 6 different types of courses. All right? As you study the board over there. 4 different types of college level courses, biology honors and physics honors. Because of that, I'm always kind of overwhelmed with work. And I've learned to be very efficient, but still, if you have those volunteer hours and you want to know a way to use them, I guarantee you, I have a job for you if you want to help out. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, I ask for a lot, but I also give a lot. I have a YouTube channel where this gets posted. I have videos online. I have a Google Drive full of presentations, worksheets, notes, so much videos, web tutorials, so much resources that there's something there that will help your kid learn. And I'll also dedicate my time. 1 hour after school every single day. It's free lab time here to catch up. If you fall behind, you can come every day. I'm available after school. Now, it's usually my planning period, so I try to do work during that time. But you can come and do work. And if I'm available, not busy, I can sit down with you and actually help a tutor one-on-one kind of thing. They did that on purpose, especially because of the college level classes. But you can take advantage of that as well as an honor student. I'm sorry you guys don't want to go home, but did anybody tell you guys about Century 21st? You guys heard about this already? If not, it's an aftercare program offered free for any student in Meadow Lakes. Basically what it is that they have courses like intensive reading for people who have reading problems, free math tutoring, free science tutoring, SAT prep, college readiness prep, robotics, engineering. There is CrossFit-like training, There is intensive language learning, dancing, art. So these are
Any
after
coding?
school classes.
Any coding?
Sorry?
Any computer coding?
I don't know about those things yet, but there's a lot of options. So what it is that we are getting paid as teachers to be here extra hours. There's no homework for these things, right? It's not extra work. Of course, it takes away time. They're supposed to go home and perhaps do some of the homework they're supposed to do. But if they're not kind of the sports person and they're not doing a lot of extracurricular activities, it's something to get them busy after school, but actually be productive for their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Exercise. Instead of joining a gym, you got CrossFit for free. $150 a month. I paid for it. I mean, that's crazy. So it's a really great opportunity. Applications are in the office if you're interested about it. All right. So I just wanted to announce that. I'm one of the tutors. I don't know exactly what they're going to have me do yet, but one of those things I'm going to be doing. You know, there's different teachers doing different ones. You know, either way, it's a really great opportunity, especially for underclassmen. Upperclassmen get busy with college applications, stuff like that. But for underclassmen, you know, it's a really good way to, you know, get the ball moving. You know, so that's it, guys. If you have any questions or concern, email me. I'm always available. And I'd love to. Hopefully, we're going to have an amazing year together. All right.
Are they going to be getting a physics honor next semester? Or?
Next year, good question. Next year is chemistry honors. Some kids have chosen in the past to double dip and do 2 science at once the following year if they really love science. But the next progression is usually chemistry. You know, so that's how it works. I'll tell you more about that when the end of the year comes. By the way, it's a lot scary for them at first because it's new, it's different, the whole game thing. But I promise you, they're going to go back home talking about, we did this in biology today. We talk about this in biology today. It's going to be interesting. But they'll also talk about, I'm so overwhelmed with biology. So at that time, remind them to have balance in life, right? To schedule study time. You should be spending more than an hour a day on, right? So if you did an hour, that's enough. That's all you can do today, son. Go do something else now. You know what I'm saying? So yes, to get an A in the class, it does take a lot of time commitment, but you shouldn't be spending a million hours with it. If you do a little bit every day, you're going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, guys. It was awesome to meet you guys, okay? Thank you so much for coming. Make sure you checked in because that's how they get the bonus points. All right? Great to see you. Oh, sure, no problem. All right, thank you. So great to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great year, okay? All right, so let me stop the video, please. I don't want to necessarily have our conversation online. I was broadcasting.